Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben. And we're here for a new episode on the 30th of December. It's certainly getting really close now to that new year. And tomorrow's episode will be reflecting on the year that we have had at the allotment, sharing what we've done, what I've learnt, what I've achieved, and hopefully where we are going next year. So make sure you click that subscribe button to get tuned in for tomorrow's episode. And you'll get notified as well if you click that subscribe button, so feel free to do that. And also, when you've got 2 minutes, just leave a review on the platform that you're listening on. You can leave them on Spotify now, and you can leave them on Apple Podcasts. It really does help get my podcasts out there if you've not already done it. So today's episode, we are going to talk about starting something new, and what better way is the new year coming up. And every year when I'm growing on my allotments, I always look at something new to try and grow, because there's so many things out there to try growing on your allotment. It's unbelievable how many different varieties there are of different things to try and grow. So it's all quite exciting, really. And this all stems back from me getting a free packet of seeds in a magazine for purple cauliflower, and I wouldn't ever have purchased that from a garden centre. If I saw purple cauliflower, I'd go, no, I'm not growing that. Why would I want to grow that when I can just grow white cauliflower? But I got this packet free in the magazine, and wow, they were absolutely fantastic. They grew better than the white cauliflower, and they tasted absolutely delicious as well. So that spurred me on to trying growing new things. So what I'm trying to do is each year try growing something new. So a couple of years ago I tried growing cantaloupe melons, thinking that I wouldn't have the right climate and it wouldn't be very good and they'd grow rubbish. And now I've got a polytunnel, I thought I'd give it a try. So I gave it a try, and success! I got some really delicious melons from cantaloupe melons, and I thought, wow, definitely. I tried them again another year. They did not do anything, so I must have had good luck that year. That's the way the garden grows. Sometimes you can have really good success, and then sometimes you can have plenty of failures. And the year after that, what did I try? I tried growing different varieties of squash this year, and yes, I got some really good looking different varieties of squash. And I'm not a particular massive fan of squash, but I thought I'll give them a go and see how I get on. And obviously I share them with other people as well, what I grow. So it's always good to share stuff with other people. Now, this year I'm thinking of growing either different types of beans or different types of carrots or beetroot. Now, you can get many different varieties of beetroot. You can get white beetroot, you can get orange beetroot. It goes on. There's so many different varieties of stuff out there. You only have to look at tomatoes to see how many different varieties there are of tomatoes. You can get black tomatoes now, and they are delicious to taste as well. So always have a look around at the weird and wonderful varieties out there. Don't always trust everything you see on eBay, as sometimes there are a lot of fake stuff going around. Like you'll see square watermelons, or you'll see purple sweet corn, and yeah, it's not all real. So make sure you get them from a legitimate source if you are going to be buying weird and wonderful fruit and vegetables. So yeah, there's plenty of different varieties out there, and the same goes for carrots as well. You can actually buy multicoloured carrots as well. I think they're called rainbow carrots, and you can actually get them in supermarkets, but you wouldn't ever see a purple cauliflower in a supermarket. It's all goes on appearance really, and that's the best thing about growing your own vegetables. You can grow stuff what you wouldn't always see in the shop, and again, a lot of the time they taste nicer than the varieties that you actually purchase from the supermarket, the standard varieties. So it's always good to have a look around and see what's worth growing. So I always tend to either look online in proper garden websites and have a look at varieties on there and give them a pick and just give stuff a try really. I always like to try different varieties of stuff, and I've seen my neighbour growing gourds on his plot. I've never grown gourds before, and they can grow absolutely massive. So one year I might give them a try and see how we get on. And I've not really given peppers a good try. I've tried them a couple of times and they've not done very well, but I've never really concentrated on them. So I might give peppers a try one year. But it's always good to try different varieties of stuff. I've never tried growing mushrooms either, and I see so many good videos and pictures of people picking their own mushrooms, what they've grown in the gardens and on their allotments, and it just amazes me. So obviously the more different varieties of stuff that I can grow, the more I'll learn, and I'll be able to pass on to you people as well, the listeners and the followers. So it's always good to get trying different varieties of stuff out there. So I'll be doing that in the coming weeks. I'll be looking on websites, seeing what I can try and grow and having a go at it really, or if there's any new stuff that's come out, different varieties of stuff. Not everything's nice. I've tried growing those cucumber melons and they're absolutely disgusting. I don't like them. Some people love them, but I don't like them. They're certainly not very nice for me. But as things get adapted and things get changed, that's when you realise that some stuff does actually taste delicious. It's like the red gooseberries. Red gooseberries are absolutely delicious because they're sweet, they're not sour, and they're red. So yeah, some stuff gets developed for the better cause of it really. It's like thornless blackberries as well, which I'm wanting on my plot. So it's always good how things are evolving and things are getting modified to make things better and nicer and better crops from them. So have a look around, see what you can try and grow. Let me know if you are trying anything new this year, because it's always interesting to find out off the listeners what people are trying to grow this year. And yeah, if you want to send me a message on Instagram, feel free to. It's always good to hear from people, and keep up the good work. So until tomorrow's episode, remember to tune in for that. That's going to be our New Year's Eve special, reflecting on the year that we've had, talking about our ups and downs, our successes and our failures. There's always failures when you're growing stuff. So make sure you tune in for that. Until next time, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening. And keep listening to Gardening with Ben podcasts. See you later. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.